Yo, boys and girls, welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Today we've got some absolutely epic games for you. I believe it's the first quarterfinal of the World Series 2020. We've got DK Crazy versus Karro in a best of 11 random reverse, the 10 maps from the World Series 2020, and it's not looking good so far because I can't even log in online. But whilst that is thinking about trying to log me in online, I actually want to show you the bracket to show you the players that we have playing today. So, spoiler alert: anything before the quarterfinals that you haven't seen or you haven't watched the matches before, I'm going to show you the bracket now. It's up to date. None of the quarterfinals have been played, so I'm going to show you the bracket right now. So this is the bracket, and the matches that we are going to look at today are DK Crazy versus Karro up here. The other quarterfinals that we've got is XCal versus Shay. Obviously, Shay knocked me out in the previous round, so Shay versus XCal. We've got Vivid versus Google is the other one, and then Logica and Boykis. There's only four quarterfinals. I don't know why I needed to clarify that, but I just thought I'd let you know. And then if we look at the route that both of these players have actually taken, so we had DK Crazy started off against Science Spider, and he actually beat Science Spider 5-0. Then he went on to beat Ruick 5-0. Actually, that looks like a clean sweep 5-0, and whilst most of the games actually later on were a bit of a clean sweep for DK Crazy, the first game between them two players was actually really decent battle. So I recommend at least watching the first game. It looked like I didn't watch all of the matches, but especially the first game looked like a decent GLA mirror. Then we had DK Crazy. So what's that? Sorry, 5-0. Oh, so sorry, 6-1 against Jundy as well. I didn't actually watch those matches. And then obviously DK Crazy comes out there. Meanwhile, if we look at Karro's route, he beat this guy. I'm not even going to try and pronounce names that I can't because people always laugh when I get these names wrong. So we got him. He beat him 5-0. Then he beat Apocalypse 5-2. I didn't watch any of those games, so I can't really comment on them. And then we have Karro against Roll 6-2. I didn't watch those games either. There's a lot of games that I haven't watched actually. 6-2 against Roll. And then here we have DK Crazy against Karro in this epic quarterfinal. I think out of all the matches here, actually I'm not going to say they're most competitive, to be honest, because there are some good other matches. That everything here is a really decent match. Probably XCal versus Shay I'm most excited to see, but also DK Crazy and Karro, they're all pretty much equal. This is going to be an absolutely epic World Series 2020 hosted by Game Replays. GameReplays.org. Big thank you to all the sponsors this year. Massive prize pool, like over $2,000. Things like $2,050. And a massive thank you to the hosts that are running their tournament, Game Replay staff. This is not looking good, the fact that I can't actually log in online. So there is a delay on the stream. I'm actually at the moment 2 minutes early. That was going to log in and do a test, so we're bang on ready to start on time. But actually it looks like I can't even log in online, which is not positive at all. I did just log in a minute ago to test it, but I don't know actually if one of these has to be... yeah, I had to change the IP. There we go. Cool, at least I solved the problem straight away. Right, okay, so we're looking for Karro and DK Crazy. He is here. He's playing with his name backwards. Just to confuse things. DK Crazy wants me to choose the map. We're just going to do a quick speed test. Change it to in-game mode as well. Looks like a 10 ping, which is pretty good. I'm just going to log out of Game Ranger as well, just in case I get any messages or anything like that will distract me. And everything else should be pretty good. If any of the sounds or anything, anything's too loud or anything's too quiet, let me know. I think I tested before and everything should be in order. Hopefully that like the new music and the little countdown and stuff. Yeah, it looked like a 10 ping there. So I'm going to choose the map. What map do I want to see? Shame I can't choose the matchup. I love China mirrors and I love China versus... I love tanking and stealth. Let me see what maps we can pick. I'm tempted to say one of the new ones. Maybe Vendetta. DK Crazy wants me to choose his maps. So I'm going to pick for the first one. There's a delay on the stream, so I would normally ask the viewers, but there's a big delay. I'm going to choose... what map? I'm going to choose... Snowy Drought. Just because I think I've seen a lot of good games on Snowy Drought. And I think it's a well-known map that both players are going to know. It's not like one player's going to have a big advantage over the other. I imagine DK Crazy's at least seen this map. He doesn't play that many 1v1s, so the difference here, we've got one of the best team players, which is DK Crazy, against... I don't know if you can say he's one of the best 1v1 players right now, Karro, but at one point he was beating Size like a good 60-70% of the time. So, yeah, we've got an absolutely epic game between two expert players here. Right, we've got Karro in the north in the green with the USA Laser. And we've got DK Crazy in the south with the USA Air Force in the orange. I think Karro said you'd love to see it there because I've commented before that USA versus Air Force like this, because it is random reverse, you will... obviously, we're going to see... the reverse of this, and you would expect air to win both times. So you can pretty much usually say it's going to be 1-1. But there's nothing to say that the imbalanced army cannot win. We've got Karro going for 2 supplies and a war factory. We've got DK Crazy going for 2 supplies, a drop of 3 missile defenders, and a quick airfield. Big drop going to be placed down right next to Karro's Chinooks. And it's going to take some damage there. Somebody said, would I be casting all of the quarterfinals? No, sadly not. Only this one. Actually, you know what? I might not cast them live, but I might watch the replays. I might cast the replays. We got a big drop here from DK Crazy. Now, I think he's picked up what was there, and he's now dropped it by the oil. He's force-fired the fence there. That's so he can actually walk through there. And there is a fire base being placed down over here. No drop from Karro. Karro's actually just making a load of Vs. Not so sure how I feel about that, because it will just get picked off by the Raptors. But that said, there's no Raptors out yet. Vs are moving in now, and DK Crazy's caught a little bit off guard here. Only taking out 1 V, so probably you could say that drop is not worth it. First Avenger is out, and a War Factory being placed down by DK Crazy. Got another firebase on the right, so very solid build order by both players, actually. Usually you see Laser do some kind of all-in big drop, something like that. But both players playing super, super solid. Both players so far seemingly on point as well. We've got an Avenger coming across the map from Karro, and then 2 Vs behind it. One of them at least has like 3 or 4 missile defenders inside of it. Got my window open in my office, and there's like literally a torrential downpour just started outside as I started the stream. Ouch, that is painful. King Raptor comes in and takes out a V. I think it had at least 1 missile defender inside of there. And this other V here from DK Crazy is going to get laser locked. Only takes like pretty much 1 shot. There is an Avenger out, of course, so Karro is going to be pretty protected from Raptors just flying straight down the center of the map. There are now 2 out, so these Raptors do not want to go anywhere near that. But these Chinooks here are kind of wide open. These Chinooks could easily just go in. I think they're going to go deep in the back of the base. Ooh, maybe not, actually. They are going to just strike here. So that's Karro now in a pretty bad position, losing pretty much, well, exactly 50% of his economy. Karro has dropped down a barracks next to his oil and refinery. It's going to be going for that pretty quick. But, I mean, the longer this game goes now, the more and more it is in DK Crazy's favor. There's 3 Vs out now for DK Crazy, and they're pretty full, and it's left the Karro's army pretty weak. I mean, Karro's doing all right considering the matchup. But he's still not in a great position. There is another fire base being dropped down from DK Crazy on the right side. There is King Raptors flying down the left. Also, V's going down the left and on the right as well. So this army from Karro is pretty much left to go either down the middle or go back and try and defend this. But I'm not sure that he's going to be able to go back and defend this successfully. This is going to be a close game. It looks like DK Crazy is massively on point, controlling all of his units at all times. Really, really good hits. Apart from that's his first mistake, as I'm praising him, he loses his first King Raptor. Karro has now pushed into the main base. He's probably going to close down the airfield and the production of DK Crazy, but back home, he does not have very much. So all the action, it comes down to this completely. Needs to be some instant laser locks on this, which there is on the first V, but there is 2 more Vs. 1 more V for DK Crazy, and I think actually Karro has broken the production. As long as Karro can stabilize here now with what he's got, this is going to be a super close game. It's all going to come down to his last couple of units. Raptor goes down before it gets any shots off at all, and another supply going down for DK Crazy on the right side. Is that the right thing to be producing at this point? Counterattack in Karro's base, and it's going to be a base trade situation, but I think Karro probably will not come out on top because he's only got that 1 V, and there's fire bases. There's another base being dropped down by DK Crazy. Karro is getting the oil though, so he's not out of this completely. It's all going to come down to this V, Vet 3 V. But every shot that he takes from the fire base is going to chip away at that HP of that V. But that one will be able to repair, will be able to regen its health. But I just worry about Karro's base. Karro is losing his base. He is dropping down another base down the top right. He has the barracks there, of course. And he now has the oil. Some veterancy on this Avenger. But, I mean, this is going to be hard to break. This is an entertaining game for the first game in this imbalanced matchup. Karro's doing really, really well. Karro's now taking out the power here. I just don't know if this has paid for itself yet from DK Crazy. That's why I thought it was a bit of a weird decision. This has now all gone down. But Karro's base is in big, big trouble. Crazy's last defense is going to be on the bottom left. But I say it's the last defense. It's actually a pretty decent defense. It's going to have a hard job breaking through that, Karro is. It's going to get some veterancy on these Vs from killing that supply. But back home, Karro's base has been completely leveled now. He's only got the oil for income now. He's getting the refinery as well. Could have got that a little bit sooner if we're to criticize or find anything to critique. Probably could have got that a little bit sooner. But Karro is doing really, really well here considering the matchup. Karro has picked off this V here now. That's a Vet 3 V as well. Want to kill the pilot just in case it gets inside of a V a bit later on. But with only 2 Vs out, and now DK Crazy is stuck. DK Crazy is stuck. There's a laser lock from Karro on this V. Doesn't take it out though. It just escapes. It's going to be a laser lock now on Karro's V as a counter. I was going to say, if that laser lock stayed, you probably didn't want to put the pilot inside because it just did DK Crazy even more XP because you get more XP from killing a vetted unit than you do with a non-vetted unit. I think if it's Vet 2 and Vet 3, you get more. If it's just Vet 1, I don't know if you get more. Actually, I don't think you do with some units. Okay, so this is a random barracks from DK Crazy at the top right next to Karro's barracks. DK Crazy was trying to get the oil, but that has been denied. That is a waste of 1,000 now because the capture upgrade obviously costs 1,000. It's obviously a waste of the production time as well because the capture upgrade obviously takes a while to build. There's a V and a missile defender here, but there's 1 dozer left from DK Crazy, so not hunted just yet. Is Karro hunted though? That is the question. Nah, Karro's not hunted. The dozer is there. But as I say that, he might be hunted very, very soon. Karro's going to have to run away with that dozer. That barracks for DK Crazy is now taken out. And these Vs here are going to engage with these Vs here. But I think DK Crazy is going to chase that dozer down. If he chases that down, and then his bunkers in this bottom left, he's going to have a whale of a time. Probably sell that. It's just going to give DK Crazy more XP unless he can save it. He has saved it, actually. So this is a super epic game for the first match, definitely. Ambulance getting repaired. Karro. I keep going to say DK Karro. It's not DK Karro, it's DK Crazy. Of course, this is crazy with his name spelled backwards. In the bottom right, we've got oil and refinery going to be captured. You can't stack the refineries, so there's no point capturing it. Well, you can capture it. There's no harm in not. There's no harm in doing so. DK Crazy's realized what's going on. He's going over there to check that Karro's not getting the oil. But this looks like a combat nuke is being prepared. There's quite a lot of missile defenders not gone inside the V's. Pretty sure it's going to be a combat nuke. There it is, as we say that. However, Karro is 4-star and building a command center, and he's got Avengers here. So, this combat nuke is going to have to be very, very careful because these Avengers can take that down very, very quick. DK Crazy played against him many, many times, and his combat nuke micro is usually 100% on point, usually very hard to take it down. But what can he see here? He knows those are around somewhere, so he's going to go and try and pick that off. But he needs to react as soon as he sees those Avengers. He might think the Avengers are down here. Oh, you see, he's seen them and gone straight back. He's going to pick off the power. The command center is going to complete, so the A10 and the Pathfinder is already out, actually. V gets sniped. DK Crazy now on 3-star. The command center placed down. He can now place down his own Spectre and A10, if I'm not mistaken. He should have Pathfinders himself as well. You would no way expect usually over a 10-minute game for a laser versus Air Force. There's absolutely no way you could probably expect that. Probably the odds of that happening is probably pretty slim. This combat nuke is coming in, but how many missile defenders are inside there? I don't think there's many, and I feel so sorry for Karro because he's actually done really, really well here. But as soon as that combat nuke comes in, and just the most overpowered thing against USA ever, just comes in and just wrecks everything Karro has achieved so far. Karro, have I seen A10? I don't think we have. Oh, as I say that, A10 is coming across the map. Look at that for spider sense. A10 coming across the map. The thing is, where is it going to hit? I imagine it's going to hit the war factory and the barracks, maybe? Oh, it's going to actually hit there. Is it going to kill everything, though? Nah, not everything. I think it killed V, though. Would have been nice to DK Crazy if he actually blocked the missiles. So Karro is now desperately trying to get back in the game. He is building a supply, but there is a V from DK Crazy running across the map. There's also a command center and a new power being built by DK Crazy. I'm really struggling to see how Karro is now going to win. That combat nuke has kind of changed it pretty badly. What do you think Karro should have done instead? I mean, I'm not counting him out just yet, but I'm really struggling to see how he is gonna. I mean, maybe with Hellfire he can maybe get some Hellfire drones. He maybe could take out the Dozer. But I think the Firebase is, yeah, the Firebase can fire over the Firebase, so those two are dead. So yeah, what do you think Karro could have done better here? Should he have done something more aggressive? Because it was a pretty passive build order, but he did do pretty well. But against Air Force, you can't just do pretty well. You've got to do something amazing to try and beat Air Force. And whilst that was a pretty good game, how could Karro have played that differently? Would you have dropped a laser turret? Would you have done a big drop of missile defenders? Or would you have just played it safe and tried to win like Karro did? Or should he have gone a faster supply? Should he have gone a faster oil? So many questions, so many questions. GG, well played to... Wow, why am I giving Karro a point? GG, well played to Crazy. I saw someone mention the Russians and disliking the stream or something. We've already made a pact with the Russians before this that they're all going to come here and like the stream. So I imagine by the end of it, we should have like 400 likes. The contract is signed because they like to call it a contract. It wasn't a contract; it was just an agreement, but they call it a contract. So we have a contract. They're going to come here and like the stream. SPL signed it. Okay, we got the reverse now. We've got Karro in the green with the USA Air Force in the south. And then in the north, we've got DK Crazy in the orange with the laser general. So how is Crazy going to play this different? I saw people commenting in the chat, is Karro going to fly? Is he going to make King Raps? Is he going to make Comanche, stuff like that? Or is he just going to play it safe and make Vs and missile defenders? I imagine Crazy is at least going to do a drop. Usually pretty standard. I know Karro didn't do it, but like I say, Karro I thought played pretty passive in that game, but he still did pretty well though, considering. So Karro so far doing 2 supplies and a war factory. He's going to the right-hand side with his other dozer. What is he going to build there, though? Is he going to build a fire base? My drink of choice today is pretty much a pint of Monster with rum in it, because no great live stream commentary ever started with a salad. Every great story always starts with some alcohol, surely. Okay, so we got missile defenders dropped off from DK Crazy, and this is looking, wow. Oh, he's laser locked the Hellfire. What am I actually watching? I don't know how. I don't even know what I just watched. What? The Hellfire drone got laser locked, but the Chinooks were blocking and saving the Hellfire. What absolute craziness are we watching? We're watching DK Crazy style. But this is looking pretty bad for Karro. This is looking very, very bad for Karro. This is an insane start for Crazy in this match. I don't even know what Karro's follow-up from this is going to be. That drop was just insane. Absolutely insane. We might even have to make a highlight reel of literally what we just watched with the laser lock on the Hellfire, which has to have been a mistake on the... maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe DK Crazy meant to hit that. We've got a drop now coming from... oh no, not a drop actually. It's just collecting long distance from over here. DK Crazy moving his missile defenders over to the left-hand side. But they are being chased by Rangers. The laser turret is still there. We've got a barracks being dropped down by DK Crazy. War Factory back in his base. Now preparing missile defenders to go inside of Vs, no doubt. Missile defender is going to be inside of Karro's base. I'm pretty sure if he just uses the Chinooks here to deal with this, he probably wouldn't lose even 1v. It might take... oh, he's going to lose 1v. This is not going Karro's way. Or is it just that DK Crazy is absolutely on fire? Decimating Karro in this game so far. Karro's not out of this game by any means. But it's certainly... when I said before, you can't just do okay or pretty good against the Air Force. You need to do epic. You need to do amazing. Well, DK Crazy is showing us the epic amazing so far. I think there's a TOV missile inside of that. A TOV. So that's going to harass DK Crazy now. And I think actually if Karro keeps that Chinook over the top, I think he could just hang out there with the Chinook over the top to defend. We've got a combat Chinook now from Karro. Is this a desperation move? I suppose it was a desperation move for... or was it... could you call it a desperation move? I'm going to call it a desperation move, which is going the combat Chinook. It's pretty lame. If you can, you want to try and win without it. You want to do the honorable thing. Try and win without it. It is considered pretty lame, but... I mean, it's the World Series. There's $2,000 on the line. Not for this particular match, but I mean in the total prize pool of the tournament. He's probably going to go for the dozer hunt, actually, and I think that's DK Crazy's last dozer. So it's... oh, no, it's not the last dozer. There's another dozer over here. Karro is going to try and hit the power. There is a V over here, but there is 3... I think they're pretty full Vs for DK Crazy. That's the power being rebuilt there, and I think Karro will see it. He's flying over here with his combat Chinook. He's basically just repainting DK Crazy for the combat Chinook previously. He's going to just hit the dozer surely and then just get out of there. That's exactly what you need to do. And now that combat Chinook is just like a raining death down on the USA laser. He can just literally fly around, just harassing everything. But the only thing he doesn't want to go near or harass is the Avenger there back in the main base of DK Crazy, which is now out. DK Crazy now losing the barracks. Nettie in the chat says the conclusion is that laser owns air. Whilst it looked, in both of the games, it looked like that in the first like couple of minutes, but then as soon as this beast comes out, it very quickly changes. It's going to be a laser lock there from DK Crazy, but I don't think that's enough to break through the point defense laser, especially since it's moving away. Cyrus D says that it was an intentional laser lock on the Hellfire drone. Might say it's intentional, but when there's a 10 ping like this, it's real hard. As you probably are fully aware, it's real hard to laser lock a Hellfire. Usually you only see that in a mistake. But that was an absolutely epic start. Oh, we got a drop here from Crazy, and there's two Avengers. Going to take down the HP of the Combat Chinook very, very fast, but there's nothing here to protect him on the ground. DK Crazy says GG. Karro says GG twice because it was an extra GG. Well played to both players. Score goes 1-1, as I said, as I predicted. That's the thing about random reverses. You're sometimes bound to see 1-1, but actually, saying that, those games were not boring games at all. Those games were super competitive, super high level play, really, really entertaining to watch. It's going to be Karro's map pick now. Karro wants to play on Sand Scorpion. So this is, if you want to call it a derivative. Is it called a derivative or more of a redux or a redo of Sand Serpent? I think I've introduced you to this map before, but in case you haven't, we'll go over the map in a second. And we have Demo against Demo. Ooh, Demo mirror. So we're not going to see a reverse here. This is just going to be Demo versus Demo, a one-off. Remember, this is a best of 11 to first to win 6. But this one will not be reversed, so this one will give someone the lead. We've got a DK Crazy in the top left, in the orange, which is his traditional color. I think they've actually swapped colors. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure they've swapped. Top left, he's a GLA Demolition, and in the bottom right, we've got Karro, and he is in the green, also with Demolition. So yeah, the difference with this map is that you have these supplies here. The supplies there were removed from the original Sand Serpent. They've got supplies here, and this is just like a little bit of a flatter, more manageable layout, I think. And there's occasional huts and stuff like that. Right, we've got two workers going left from Karro. We've got a worker in the middle for Karro as well. Worker in the middle for DK Crazy, but Karro's tunnel is going to be faster. Crazy not paying attention to that one just yet. What build order do you think is best here? Would you be going for oils or would you be going for a TT? Would you be sending terrorists out like this? There's so many decisions in a GLA mirror like this. Crazy is going to try and place a demo trap here. Now, there's two ways of doing this. You can place it right next to the worker, or you can place one here and then do it next to the worker, and then it will actually kill. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, man. That might be the thumbnail after this is finished. Get that guy in the air as the thumbnail. I mean, they were already dead anyway, but it's literally like the demo trap actually just blew the bodies into outer orbit. Another demo trap been placed down here from DK Crazy. He's loving these demo traps so far, and I think that worker, oh, it does get stopped. Demo trap that needs to be cancelled to get his $200 back. Otherwise, Karro can just cancel it and kill it and cancel it. Yeah, no TNT out from Karro, but the difference is that DK Crazy looks like he is preparing a TNT. He's also got a defensive technical here, but the most focal point for me is this area here, because usually who wins that gets a massive advantage and usually wins the game. Got a tunnel, sorry, not a tunnel, technical even from Karro. He's going to take out the tech. Oh, the tech does just escape for DK Crazy. And that tentacle probably needs to run away now, unless he wants to just go in and sacrifice and kill some workers. Back here, though, got a TNT. Oh, he's not gone for the base. He's actually gone to TNT this tunnel. So that's going to set Karro back pretty hard. But Karro does have a tunnel up here. Oh, excellent. Excellent from Karro. Real excellent. Terrorist dropped off. And this killed one technical. Probably not going to kill that one. I don't know if there's a Vet 2 on faster. I don't think it is. Oh, he did kill it anyway. I think DK Crazy stopped him. But those 2 technicals are going to get revenge. And this is interesting. Demo trap galore. Demo trap being placed down here. He probably needs to build a few more, maybe. I don't know if that one's quite going to get it. And I don't know if it's even in position, to be honest. But that might catch some of DK Crazy's army out later. But on this left-hand side now, it looks like Karro is really establishing himself. Sorry, DK Crazy establishing himself here. He's got a supply up already. But I think Karro's going for the oils. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer to have the oils, or would you prefer to have this supply? A supply, like, kind of gets the income going faster, but there's no workers here. Where's DK Crazy's workers, man? Technical's pushing forward for DK Crazy. He's going to take out another technical for Karro. And Karro's only collected with 2 workers here and 3 workers here, man. What are you doing, Karro? Come on, man. You know 5 and 6 workers minimum. DK Crazy's dropped off. Well, this is weird, isn't it? I mean, DK Crazy's getting Karro's oil, and Karro is getting DK Crazy's oil. 3 technicals in the base of Karro, and needs to deal with them. I'm not sure how many technicals he's got out himself. Karro is looking pretty much on the back foot here. I mean, he's got the middle oil, and he's going to get that oil. But in the base here, he didn't have that many workers to start with, and now all of them are getting killed. I mean, maybe that'll trigger him to make more workers. Okay, Karro just hold on for the time being, but he has not got control of his oil. He has control of the middle, but he does not have control of this left, like, plateau, or whatever you want to call it, his left side island. And this is pretty important. I think when Karro brings the technical in here next, he needs to drop off a worker and build a tunnel, like, here or here. Because otherwise he's going to completely give up control of that area, and you cannot do that because there's 60k. There's 30k here and 30k in that next one. Got a technical here from Karro now. He's actually probably trying to stop. What's inside there? Oh, Rebel. He was trying to capture the oil, but I don't think he realized that DK Crazy actually has a tunnel here. Got Karro pushing forward with 3 technicals of his own now. He's now built a nice amount of workers, but Crazy is... Whoa, what's this? He's only collected on 3 workers himself. I think it's because actually he's actually pulled some workers to build a second arms dealer on that next tunnel. Technicals here now taking out some workers, DK Crazy. Not sure how many workers are there in the first place, though. And DK Crazy now expanding to another supply. Demo trap. Excellent from Karro. Excellent demo trap right there. Taking out 3 quads. Tunnel now going down. Karro's established himself in the middle with a supply. He's now going for another arms dealer. Don't know about that. I probably would have been trying to think about Palace, but obviously he wants to have the units out. He's going to have the units out to combat this, but there is still no tunnel deployed from him on this left-hand side. 1 worker here from Crazy. Crazy needs to up his worker game on this left-hand side. Big engagement here, and I think Karro is going to come out on top. Although his tunnel did go down, so these quads here are not going to be able to go back inside of this tunnel. So Karro is doing... I mean, all things considered, considering he's lost control of this left-hand side, he's actually doing pretty well, and he's still pushing here. He's going to kill Crazy's oil now. It would be real nice if he could stop that palace, pick off that palace before it does get built. It's on 60. It's going to be on 70% very, very soon. There's a worker here from DK Crazy pushing now into the base of Karro. Karro doesn't want to let a sneaky tunnel get up right next to his arm dealer. That could be very, very problematic. This barracks is no doubt going to get picked off, and the palace has been cancelled. Oh, that's big, big news. Karro is now suddenly way back into this game. Or was he ever out? I would have thought if he lost control of that left side, he probably would have been out. But Karro's kind of recognized he might be at a disadvantage there, and he's just continually pushed forward through the middle. And DK Crazy's made these two arms dealers, but I'm not convinced he's been spamming out of them. Out of them both. This one's now mined out here, and that's... Ooh, what was that? I think he was just trying to see how many units were inside of the tunnel, and here he's going to try and pick off the palace. He's going to succeed. Ooh, both units escape on 1 HP. That's how close and competitive and how much both players are paying attention here. Both units escaping. He probably could still pick that off now because that technical is repairing, because it is vetted. This palace is going to be the prime target. I think DK Crazy just needs to hold this. And he sacrificed technical. Probably you could say that is worth it. DK Crazy now... Sorry, Karro is now spamming Scorps. Could sell that supply, get a little bit of extra money back. I think you get like 550 for selling the supply. One quad picked off there. I think he's just delaying the palace. That's all he's delaying. He wants to delay that as much as possible. He's also bringing a radar van as well, actually. I think he's looking for demo traps because DK Crazy has been known so far to make a few. And there's attack all the way around here. This attack here, though, from Karro, there's not enough units. There is a Scorpion there. It's just running to its death. Palace is being killed again, so the tech is being reset, but Karro's sacrificed pretty much his whole army, and I don't think Karro's going to be able to hold these forward tunnel positions now, and he's lost control of all this left hand side, so Karro is now in a pretty desperate situation. The only thing got going for him, he's ahead in tech, but and he's killed the enemy oil. He's got the middle oil, so I suppose he's 2 oils ahead, but he's also two supplies behind. Sorry, 1 supply behind, because Karro actually has that. There's 1 supply behind for 2 oils. I suppose it's still pretty close. I still would sell that supply. There's a big push here from DK Crazy on the left. He's going to try and take out the oil of Karro, no doubt. The palace is being dropped down in a more safe position now. That's the thing I always say. Dropping down a palace in a more... open position is always risky because if it gets killed, your attack is reset. There's a Jarman out now for Karro, I believe that is. Yeah, looks green. A few units here for Karro, caught out of position. There's a demo bike and a battle bus. Battle bus and demo bike both taken down though. And there is RPGs here, so these Scorps are going to be in danger too. So DK Crazy's hold so far is doing super well. Still pumping out 2 arms dealers. And there is attack now on Karro's base. The barracks is going down. Karro's base is surrounded now. Scorpions pushing forward for Karro to try and amass some kind of defense. But DK Crazy just has so many quads. The command center is going down. The arms dealer is going down for Karro. Palace is going down for Karro. And Karro's trying to amass some kind of defense with the super tech and a few Scorps. But DK Crazy's switched his attention now, and the super tech has gone down. These quads are going for a random walk. Oh man, the micro from both players there was a little bit weird. The command center now going down. I don't know if Karro can come back from this. If he loses the palace and the command center on an arms dealer, can he come back from that? There is a Jarman here. The bike does take out 1 quad. The command center is going to go down. Karro is looking in big danger. He's got some Scorps back over here. Maybe he wants to use them. Maybe he's paying attention too much back in his main base. Someone in the chat, Antipro said the bottom left spot will win DK Crazy the game. Probably agree with you. Like I said, it's 60k there. You might as well start the loading screen with 70k versus 10k. I mean, of course, the oils come into it as well, and I suppose this supply comes into it as well. But if you lose control of that, I mean, DK Crazy's TT in the beginning when he TT'd the tunnel. We've got Karro doing a counter-attack here. He needs to do as much damage as possible. 1 tunnel was cancelled. And the black market was cancelled by DK Crazy. I don't think Karro got the kill on that. Karro's floating 8,500. Oh, I heard Demo Rebel ambush. And Karro GG's. Oh, I think the game was decided when the TNT hit this tunnel here. As soon as Karro relinquished this and gave up that, I think that it was already decided in my view. You need to hold on that and at least have 50% of that island. Otherwise, unless you pull something amazing out of the bag, I mean, maybe Karro could have won if he got all the oils. If he got all the oils and killed DK Crazy's oil, maybe then he could have counteracted it. But yeah, I don't know. Really, really decent game. There's not going to be a reverse of that, by the way, because it was a demo mirror. They're not going to switch positions. I think in that case, you could say it's very, very balanced. It's not like one position has the advantage over the other. It is very, very balanced. So GG, well played. DK Crazy goes 2-1 up. That's going to be my map choice, I think, because DK Crazy doesn't want to choose any of his maps. He wants me to choose. I want to see... Someone said before Arctic Lagoon. So I'm going to pick Arctic Lagoon. Picked all snowy maps so far. I think Karro years ago used to be known as the Lagoon Beast. Have I made that up? I'm pretty sure he used to be known as the Lagoon Beast. So maybe Karro will do better here. He didn't choose this first. He actually chose Sand Scorpion. I'm just thinking maybe Karro will feel more at home here. But I'm just picking maps that I like to see, to be honest. I usually like the larger maps, like that's why I picked Snowy Drought first. Arctic Lagoon. It's not massive, but it's bigger than like Tournament Desert, for example. I'm sure of it. I'm not sure 100% of like how many pixels or whatever it is across, but pretty sure it's bigger than Tournament Desert and usually end up for big games, especially like this version 4. It's more balanced, so you've got like that balance. What matchup have we got? We've got GLA against Demo. Okay, so this one will be reversed, but another GLA mirror. We've got DK Crazy in the north of Arctic Lagoon with GLA Vanilla in the orange, and then in the south we've got Karro with the green GLA Demolition. Okay, so that is some weird supply placement from Karro straight off the bat. In the north, 2 supplies for DK Crazy, pretty standard. Thing to look out for is where are the first workers going. There are 2 workers pushing over to this left-hand side, so Karro definitely wants control of this left side, it looks like. Unless that's a mistake. Why would you send 2 workers? Arms dealer placed down here. This is a weird... Maybe this is new meta or something I'm not quite familiar with. Or maybe it's just an improvisation. Karro's actually sending the other workers straight forward, and what he's doing is probably trying to get inside of that bunker so he can get control of it later. There is a demo trap actually being built to stop the DK Crazy's tunnel, but there is a terrorist here as well. That's going to kill the worker. So needs to move that worker away though. Oh, it might kill both. It kills both. Oh my god, Karro, what are you doing? No. He wasn't paying attention for a second, and now after sending 2 workers there, he has lost control. He's lost control of the right side as well. Karro is preparing a terror tech though, so that could be the game changer. Usually you prepare a terror tech, you actually do relinquish a little bit of map control because you're going to sacrifice a tunnel. This one's going to be probably a worker to drop that off, but is that worth completing now? Maybe it is, because you can go inside of there. There is a terror tech now coming from Karro, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be stopped. Oh, that's bad news for Karro. This is not going Karro's way so far. DK Crazy coming out on top on all the engagements so far. This is not going Karro's way. Maybe Karro's feeling the pressure a little bit here, but Crazy is playing absolutely on fire. Stopped everything that Karro's thrown at him so far. I suppose you could say Demo in the early game is usually, you could probably say a little bit weaker than GLA, because like your techs and your quads are more expensive for Demo. This supply placement though, I mean, it's not that bad. It's unorthodox and it's working pretty well. But, I mean, when a technical gets in like that, Karro is now not collecting at all. Ah, man, that's bad news for Karro. Karro must be feeling the heat right here. This is not going well. Karro's trying to clear the technical out of his main supply. Karro's still not collecting from any supply just yet. I suppose one thing going for Karro is that he has now cleared this tunnel here, but DK Crazy is once again establishing an economic lead because he does have this faster third supply here. He's also establishing a palace as well, so this is going... Everything is going in Crazy's favor so far. Technical does go down there, but there's another technical inside of Karro's base. Harassing more workers, so Crazy definitely has the economic advantage, and Karro is also being cleared from this left side as well, so this is all going in Crazy's favor so far. Okay, so DK Crazy is still establishing his map presence. I just think I probably would have GG'd already if I was Karro. I mean, look, he's lost all the map control and failed his Terra Tech. And the supply behind. He's going to be probably 2 supplies behind soon. Karro will not be able to get his oil very easy because these technicals will be able to harass, or Crazy will be able to get that oil. Everything is going in DK Crazy's favor so far. Karro is looking a little bit on the rocks. Humanity says that supply placement is an old school thing. I think I did see it quite a few times in the olden days. Yeah, on Tournament Desert, second supply. Yeah, I did see a few games like that. I'm not. It didn't really help though. There's no reason to do that. You should surely just do it straight on. I'm not sure if maybe over a longer period of time, maybe it collects more or something like that. Yeah, but GG, well played to DK Crazy. Goes 3-1 up. It's a best of 11, so you need to win 6. Someone said, is Crazy just crazy good, or did Karro have a stroke? Crazy is super, super good. He's been playing for a very, very long time, and whilst he is one of the best, or the best team player, he doesn't play that much 1v1, but you don't just be one of the best team players just by being average. So, of course, when he plays 1v1, he's going to be good. If he spammed it all day long, if he just spammed 1v1, no doubt he would definitely be a top player. So, yeah, he is super, super strong. I don't think Karro is as strong as he was a few years ago when he used to go like 60-70% win rate against size. And I don't think he's as active. And Karro seems like he needs more practice to get back up to that level. That's the feeling I get. But yeah, I might be wrong. Let's see. Might turn this around. It's 3-1 down so far, but it's first to 6. There's still plenty of games to go. We've got Karro as the green GLA Vanilla this time, and then we've got DK Crazy in the south with the GLA Demolition and the orange. So, yeah, which army do you prefer here? Would you prefer the demo or would you prefer the GLA Vanilla? I think in the early game you have to say GLA Vanilla has the advantage because of the more expensive vehicles for DK Crazy for the demolition. But the terrorists are more powerful for demo. And also late game, obviously, Scuds, demo traps, demo bikes, obviously, demo rebel ambush, all that kind of stuff. Late game, you have to give the advantage to demo. So GLA usually needs to win in the first part of the game, which DK Crazy did in that previous. DK Crazy establishing an aggressive tunnel in the middle. That's the thing I noticed. He's pretty good at establishing the control. Wherever he sends his workers, he usually wins the engagement. Whereas Karro sent a worker through, but he's just like literally gone straight to the base. Maybe he's just gonna... There's certain players like Karro and Size that will literally just send a worker straight through your base, build a tunnel there, and GG. What's this worker doing though? He's gonna run straight into the tunnel. You don't want to do that. Oh, why is he wasting it? That could have just gone in the back here and probably built something. There's a technical out for Karro now. Karro's again doing a bit of a weird build order. Not... Oh man, what is this? The Terry Tech for DK Crazy is going to hit and kills technical with RPGs inside of it as well. The RPG doesn't go down though. And the technical for DK Crazy is going to kill some workers as well. Just kill all the workers. So Karro is straight away behind, just like the previous game. DK Crazy is just controlling the game. Had a clear plan and went for it straight away. Went for a Terror Tech that time and just hit it. Even with the arms dealer completely in a random position. You normally would expect it by one of the supplies. But actually, it was placed down in the middle and actually a wide open target. There was no... Although this tunnel here, but I think it was a little bit late. So Karro's now under pressure on this side, being harassed. Multiple workers going down. And then there's another technical here. And more workers going down again. This is not looking good for Karro. Pretty sure he's got like... He's only got these 4 or 5 workers collecting here. Whereas DK Crazy's just been left untouched. He's going for a fast palace. Got the garrison inside of there. So a big push from DK Crazy now. Not that big, but it's a sizable army. Karro did have a supply here on the right, but has been taken out. I'm pretty sure that's not paid for itself. Karro has got a scrapped up tech now, and the barracks going down now for Karro. Karro is under so much pressure. I don't think he's even established a new arms dealer, so he's not going to be able to defend this very well. He's got a super tech though, might be able to kill these quads from range and then go back and repair. But all of his workers are getting killed. DK Crazy's micro super on point. His decision making and his build order and his plan throughout each game has just been super on point. Karro trying to cause as much damage as possible with the super tech. Karro's barracks being cancelled, and this supply, once again, I'm pretty sure it's not paid for itself. I can't see many of these crates with much money gone off it. So the fact that he's had to remake the workers as well, I'm pretty sure it's not paid for itself. So that's not good for Karro. Again, more bad news. Still technical on top left for DK Crazy. So if DK Crazy's paying attention to that, he can just go in here and kill the workers once again. It's all about the super tech though for Karro. It's pretty much all that he's got. Technical has been chased away. It is looking like this is going to be a 4-1 lead for DK Crazy. But no arms dealer established just yet, and Karro is still running around with his tech. Arms dealer being re-established for him on the left hand side, but this technical from DK Crazy has now come back in and killing all of the workers once again. This might be a Terror Tech now. Yeah, Terror Tech. Going to take them the barracks and the supply, I think. Oh, that is painful. No workers here, and Karro is just being completely decimated. He doesn't have anything apart from his super tech. Karro looks like he's going for the oil capture. No capture upgrade just yet. I think the barracks might have been researching it because he does not have it yet, but he's got the rebel. There's no reason why you would really have a rebel unless you were going for that. Supertech still roaming around for Karro, taking out what units he can. Does take out an RPG. Oh, I thought the Supertech was going to go down then. Does run straight into a group of quads. With the correct micro, really, the Supertech shouldn't really ever go down. You can just keep going back into repair, but he might lose some ground, and these quads actually might just push this. So Karro needs some super amazing micro. He needs to take out, or at least leave low as many quads as possible here. Maybe he wants to use it whilst they're engaging the tunnel, but the technical is going to lose some HP. Just need to run away now and heal, but I think these workers are going to go down. This is real bad news again for Karro. Demo Jarman? Is that DK Crazy's Jarman already? Taking out the oils. This is just perfection from DK Crazy. Everything's gone his way so far. Absolutely amazing play. Really, really impressive. Demo upgrade is now established, DK Crazy, but I mean, DK Crazy's not been harassed at all. That first worker from Karro didn't build a tunnel or anything. I think Karro is just a little bit rusty, as someone said in the chat. I think he needs to stay active and stay playing against tough people in order to stay good, but there's nothing to stop him going on Game Ranger and opening 1v1 pro games. I didn't see him online that much, I don't think. Just occasionally. Fast Air in the chat says that Karro will go into hyperdrive in the next game. I think he's probably going to need to. He's got 4 quads out now. And DK Crazy has established a supply here on the right. He's establishing markets. He's got workers' shoes. The only thing to criticize Crazy is this this supply crate here has been boxed off. So the worker's going to have to go the long way around it. But as long as you win, the early game is much more important, I think, than the late game. So long distance collecting that, I don't think is that bad of an idea. Got a quad on me now from Karro. Again, it really, really looks like DK Crazy is going to win this game. Karro is going to need to do something absolutely amazing. He's certainly not completely out, but he's at a massive, massive disadvantage. Maybe he's just staying in the game to keep his hands warm or to get a bit more practice into something. He might lose his Supertech here. Supertech now going to run away with about 20 or 30% HP. Needs to go back inside of the tunnel and repair. But if you just look at the map, it's just basically covered in orange with little bits of green here at the top, which is Karro's base. No palace yet from Karro. Oils were killed by DK Crazy. Another market being dropped down from DK Crazy. All the worker shoes is going to catapult him ahead even further. This Supertech, I think if that goes down, I think Karro might be GG. I think that's the only reason he's staying in. Radar van finally built for DK Crazy. He's now on 2 arms dealers as well. With this 10 ping, which is absolutely amazing, by the way. Oh, Demorable ambush. That's painful. GG. Demorable ambush just leveled like probably at what, 6 quads at least, maybe 7 or something like that. Defeated. One was sniped. Really, really well played from DK Crazy. You're watching a masterclass from DK Crazy so far. He takes that game, goes 4-1. It's first to win 6 because it is a best of 11. That was DK Crazy's map choice, although he did let me choose for him. And now Karro will go on his map pick. Let's see what he picks. Can't play the same map twice. And now it'll be another random reverse. This next game will be random. Okay, I'm going to play on Canyon of the Dead. Karro's asking what's the score. He thought he was 5-1, so not that bad for him. Karro needs a miracle, he said. You only need USA games. So here we go. Here's a USA game. Super Weapon General versus Tox. This should be Karro's game. I mean, Tox should be beating Super Weapon General, but it is DK Crazy. Super tough to take down. We're on Canyon of the Dead. DK Crazy in the top right with a Super Weapon General in the orange. Bottom left, we've got Karro with the green. GLA Tox. Just make sure I've got that on size. Yeah, size 12. Okay, so yeah, who do you think should win this one with GLA Tox against Super Weapon? I think Tox should really win this. As long as Karro is aggressive, he should really take this game out. I think everyone would prefer Tox over Super Weapon here. But there's no saying that Super Weapon cannot win. He definitely can, but it needs some absolutely perfect play. But if any man's up for some perfect play, probably it's going to be DK Crazy, judging by what we've seen so far. Dose drop is going to be placed down next to Karro, and as I said about the aggressive thing, he's instantly gone for a 3 supply. Is it? You could say it's more passive. I think that's a fake. I think that's a fake. I don't know if... Oh no, it's not. It's a real, actually. It's a real. So he can adjust from this. I mean, because you went for that supply and it's been cancelled, he can adjust from it. He's just got less map control because I mean, this one's going to be dropped off. A tunnel going to be dropped down there and on the right. So actually, it's not that bad, but he could be more aggressive. Those tunnels could have been faster. There's a drop coming in again. These workers are going to take... Oh no, it's an ambulance. And Karro is straight away taking big damage. There is a tunnel being established real close to DK Crazy's base. This ambulance is just going to run around and delay. It is going to go down, though. There is a Hellfire drop down, but I don't think that's probably worth it. There is a TT, terror attack on the power plant. Instantly dropping down another power plant, DK Crazy is. That's got some scrap and some veterancy now, I think. So that's going to be a little bit of a stronger tech. DK Crazy now coming to deny these RPGs. I don't know why they're not inside of the building, though. This is bad from Karro. I don't know why he didn't go inside of that building. He is bringing reinforcements, though, with the technical. With some RPGs inside of it. I'm going to get control here. It would be nice if he gets a quad there, so he can harass this and stop DK Crazy from pushing. But I'm just surprised by the lack of aggression from Karro. Like, that 3 supply build order, you could say it's pretty passive. You do 2 supplies and like 4 tunnels, tech RPGs and terror tech as Tox. Usually you can kill Super Weapon pretty soon, but it would seem to me pretty passive from Karro. Karro's running around now with his techs. He's getting a good surround on DK Crazy, so that's one thing he's got going for him. With DK Crazy now, looks like he's going for the ore capture. He's going to deny a worker there. It's going to be a little bit annoying for Karro. Karro's got another worker back where he's trying to establish that 3rd supply, and this Dozer for Crazy is running around. Probably going to get some crushes there. Tentacles now coming in, and I think some Vs are going to go down here, but some... Oh, the targeting here from Karro. What is he targeting? He's changed target like 2 or 3 times there. Yeah, that was not the best engagement. Really indecisive. He started going for that. Then he started going for that, and then he went back to that. So a little bit hesitant. 3rd supply being dropped down again. But there is a Dozer going to be here. Probably just going to crush the workers. But big V push now from DK Crazy. And that tunnel is going to go down. Once these are pretty full, they're so hard to deal with, as you probably well know. 1 V does go down there, which is a bit of a consolation prize for Karro. Ranger does get taken out. It was only 1 Ranger made, I think. DK Crazy might actually lose 1 V. Oh, what's going to happen with this tower? The tower's going to fall the other way. I thought for Karro, actually, that the tower might land that way. And then with a little bit of luck, he might have taken out a few Vs. But DK Crazy, once again, putting in a super performance. Tunnel now going down. Might take a V with it. Ooh. V does escape for DK Crazy. And this Dozer over here was building a barracks to try and harass Karro. Was that a little bit optimistic from DK Crazy? Probably just go in and kill some workers when in a better idea. Technical coming through, and I think that's going to have terrorists inside of it. I think so. Is that his last dozer? That's his last dozer. So DK Crazy has now been dozer hunted by this terror tech. So DK Crazy now going to have to be putting on the pressure, whereas Karro is going to be sitting back. But I would still probably give the advantage to DK Crazy because I'd prefer to have this big blob of Vs rather than just be camping in my base with technicals. The pressure is now going to be on Karro to try and amass the defense to hold this. Because how are you going to deal with this? With this ping? Would the micro that Crazy's putting in so far? Ooh, is that a terror attack? No, it's just an empty attack. Just get picked off. Tentacles coming in from the north. He's probably trying to get the wraparound on these Vs. Maybe press them against the side of the map, or just try and get the concave on them with some tentacles coming in from here as well. That is a terror attack, but this is not great from Karro. 1V does go down. It's Crazy's got some more Vs up there in the top left by the oil. More technicals coming in now from Karro, and ooh, the targeting again. Doesn't want to finish that V. Kills the missile defenders first. And next V goes down. Ambulance is extremely low. Does the battle drone though, so going to repair that. Karro's defense is a little bit sloppy so far, but he's taken out a few Vs at least. People in the chat were talking about, is DK Crazy just playing like a beast, or is Karro having a bad day? I think both, to be honest. I think Crazy is playing like an absolute beast. Even if Karro upped his game 1 or 2 levels, I think DK Crazy is just playing too good. I think Karro needs a lot of activity to get back to his old level, and I don't think he's been doing it. Whereas I think DK Crazy is just always good, even when he's not playing a lot. Unless he's been secretly spamming his friends, like on Hamachi or something, where no one has seen him. Maybe. It just seems to me like DK Crazy doesn't need that much practice. He just comes in the server and plays his A game, and it's super, super good. Whereas I just think Karro needs that little bit more activity against top players. So Karro's chosen to go for a battle bus. Tunnel going down. Another tunnel going down. DK Crazy is amassing a big defense. Sorry, another big army to come after this. Battle bus trying to run over some missile defenders and does succeed. There are pathfinders now in this army. Karro's not upgraded to Gamma, so these tunnels are not going to be half as strong as they could be. Supply going down for Karro. I think Karro is losing this one, and will Karro be able to win the reverse? Will Karro be able to win the reverse? I'm not 100%. His whole base is going to go down. He's only got a supply left after this palace goes down. Technical coming through, which is a super tech, but there are 4 Vs waiting to greet this. And it goes down. Battle bus coming in now, but what's that got inside of it? A couple of RPGs at best. GG from Karro. Well played. Absolutely well played. Super, super good from DK Crazy. $5-1 is the score. We're going to need an epic comeback from Karro. Because if Crazy wins one more, that is GG. I have a feeling Karro might be a little bit mentally broken. The fact that he said in the previous game where he needs a miracle. I think, I don't know if Karro's going to be able to pull off the super weapon versus Tox based on what we've seen so far. I might be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. So we can see some more epic games. Prefer to see a longer, closer series. But so far, it's looking like DK Crazy is a couple levels ahead. Super weapon for Karro in the top right-hand side. He's now under massive pressure. He cannot lose any more games. We've got DK Crazy in the bottom left with the GLA Tox. So we've got fast supply and fast barracks from DK Crazy, sacrificing sending his first workers out across the map to try and get that faster supply. I imagine we're going to see a fast terror tech. Probably the current meta. People always ask me, what's the meta in this matchup? I think the meta in this matchup is to do a tech RPG as your first unit. Let's say you unload a tech RPG here, or you unload a tech RPG back in the base here, you're harassing. And then you come in with a technical loaded with terrorists for your next attack and like take out the other supplies. So whilst he's distracted over here, you come in over here and hit that. I think that's probably what DK Crazy is going for. Might be wrong. Let's see. DK Crazy going for 2 supply build order. Terrorist over here to stop any dozer drop. That's what Karro didn't do, by the way. He didn't send his terrorist over here. And as soon as Crazy has realized that that supply is not under threat, no drop coming through, he's actually sent that terrorist back to his main base. Worker building a tunnel here in the middle. Karro needs to stop that, because if you let him get control of that tower, that's a big like fortification outside your main base. That's a big problem. Has Karro spotted this one though? It seems like he might have actually. First technical is coming across the map, and it doesn't look like that is the tech RPG actually. That's looking like the terror tech. Terror tech is going to get in the base, but the thing is about a terror tech for Tox is you want to make sure that your terrorists attack at different locations. If they attack all in the same spot, you can lose the whole terror attack without killing the supply. You leave it low. Yeah, you see he's pressed the X on the corner. That's exactly what you need to do. Perfect. We're just seeing perfection with DK Crazy. There's no two ways about it. We are just seeing perfection. And he's even going to get the kills on the ranges to stop any power drop or whatever, combat drop. And he's going to vet up his tech as well. Absolute perfection from DK Crazy. And it's just... Is it just too passive from Karro? No. Oh. Was there another terrorist inside of there? There must have been another terrorist inside because he's killed the dozer. No, he's killed the V, sorry. Tech RPG here from DK Crazy. That did not go his way. Everything was going his way so far. But that attack there was successfully denied by Karro. That worker, though, that is problematic. Might stop the tunnel just by brute force rather than picking off the worker. Supply being re-established from Karro, and DK Crazy is now on a 3rd supply, and he's also making a 2nd arms dealer. Karro can see all of this because he does have a drone. Nicely placed drone, by the way. If you want to up your drone level game rather than building it here and it getting killed, drop your drone right there. Because what's the chances he's going to build a tunnel right there? Slim in a USA versus Tox. This V might escape, actually. I thought he might lose that one, but actually it looks like it's going to escape. We should go back now and repair, but there's 2 technicals coming in the north. Tower has been taken out. The power is being taken out now. And I think Karro might actually save that. Yeah, he's going to save it, and DK Crazy is going to get out for the time being. But there's going to be more aggression from DK Crazy. He's only collecting with 2 or 3 workers, and one of them's going to the back pile, it looks like. Or it's going the long way for that. Oh, there's more workers, actually. Okay, there is more workers. I'll let him off for that. It won't critique him, and he's actually doing it pretty well. We've got 5 Vs and an Ambo. 2 Ambos, rather, pushing down the middle of the map. Tentacles back in Karro's base, going to take out the power. Tunnel being established in Karro's base. Karro's going to need to defend that. Normally what you see... Where's the dozer, by the way? Has he been dozer hunted? Normally what you see, the meta is drop a fire base down in front of your production so you can't be countered. But Karro is just going to push straight into Crazy's base, and I think this is what Super Weapon needs to do. He just needs to have super good micro against all of these technicals. And Crazy needs to choose his engagement wisely. Is that a wise one, though? Maybe engaged a little bit too soon, but he does take out 1 V. It already comes down to this engagement. Another V taken out. Oh, this is painful. This is painful for Karro. He's losing everything. He's losing everything. This might be GG. This might be GG. Well played. This might be over. Even the tower's probably going to go down to the techs because they're so vetted up now. The whole attack from Karro has been denied. There is a power plant being established in the bottom right. I think Karro is going out of the World Series. It's going to be 6-1. It's looking like a supply being dropped down inside of Karro's base. So DK Crazy going to be on 4 supplies now. RPGs. They're going to harass Karro. I think Karro's out. I really can't see a way he's going to come back into it. GG, good luck. GG, thanks from DK Crazy. Well played to Crazy. This was a complete decimation. I no way would have predicted that it would have been over in 1 hour and 23 minutes. Well, I mean, we even started like 15 minutes early or 10 minutes early with the countdown and whatever. So, yeah, just going to update the score. 6-1. I will show you the bracket again just so you know who DK Crazy will go on to face. But if we look there, buildings constructed 13 against 8. Yeah, buildings lost, obviously lost 2. Buildings destroyed. Supplies collected, Crazy obviously getting a bit more. He's on 3 supplies. But yeah, I think it's not far off perfection from DK Crazy in all of those games. It can't be far off perfection. Whereas from Karro, it just seemed a little bit rusty and a little bit off. I'm sure that's not his 100%. Compared to what I've seen of Karro before, that's definitely not his 100%. It's probably more like 50-60% of Karro, but maybe it's just due to an activity thing. Like I say, well, some people can just come to the PC and just put in 120% performance. Karro, I think, needs Karro just needs that little bit of an extra Karro says doesn't meet up to expectations. Yeah, maybe Karro just needs to be a little bit more active. I haven't seen him playing that much. Like, even if you're not playing 1v1s, I haven't seen him like in any 3v3 or 2v2 challenges or anything like that. So I'm sure this isn't the best of Karro, and I'm sure this isn't the last we'll see of him. We'll definitely see more. Right, I'm going to show you the bracket. If I still have that open, actually. Let me see the bracket. I'm going to bring you the bracket right now. Okay. So, welcome to the bracket. Formal introduction there. We've got DK Crazy has just beaten Karro, obviously 6-1, so he will go through to this position here. This will be the semi-final. He will face off against the winner of XCal versus Shay, which hasn't happened yet. I think it's happening this weekend. I might be wrong. I won't be casting it live, but I'll probably cast the replays. I'll probably cast the replay, so they will still be on my channel. It just won't be actually live. Let me just get this up to make sure you can see. Yeah. So yeah, XCal against Shay. Shay obviously in the first round took out Freestyler. Freestyler was pretty disappointed about that. #1 Clan Wars spammer. Then Shay went on to defeat Big Size in some epic games. The nuke mirror there, the final decider, was absolutely epic. Obviously, he then beat me 6-4, as you probably would have seen on my channel. And then, yeah, Shay will face off against XCal. XCal beat HYD, is that Bexaz? Something like that. 5-0. XCal also beat Tasmani 5-1. Yeah, I think Tasmani there, again, I don't think certain games here, you're not seeing 100% of players now, and Tasmani's level there, I don't think it was his 100%. I only watched some of the games, but I don't think it was his 100%. XCal then beat SPL, and actually quite close game, 6-4. SPL definitely upped his game in recent years. I still don't think he's one of the top players, but definitely the Russian/Ukrainians are up in their game. Like Aces down here, another really, really good player. On the other side, we're going to have Boyka against Logica. Logica, where did he come from? I think he had a decent first few rounds. So he beat Evil Socket 5-0. He beat El Nino 5-0 again, and then beat Logica. Herb 6-2. I didn't see any of those games actually. Although Logica versus Herb, probably pretty good games. I just think Herb is also. I don't know how active Herb is. I've seen him online a few times, but I don't think he's. I don't see him in like 2v2 and 3v3 challenges. Don't really see him online that often. Obviously, Boyka. What's Boyka's route actually? We had Boyka against Staz in round 1. Beat him 5-0. Boyka against Firelord. Beat him 5-2. That was Battle of the USA because both from the US, as far as I'm aware. Then Boyka against Scuba, 6-3. I think I did watch most of them games, and they were actually very, very good. I think Scuba got a little bit angry throughout, and I think he's also, I think he was also paying attention to the stream and the stream chat a lot as well. Where you in these games, you need to be 100% into the match that you're playing. You need to forget about the stream, forget about the chat. Where he was like reading chat comments and stuff whilst in the middle of the games, and I don't think he should have been doing that. Maybe if he did that, maybe he could have took a few more games. But Boyka is super hard anyway. Maybe it didn't make that much of a difference anyway. So yeah, Boyka and Logica. Let me know who you think will win that one. Xcal and Shay. Let me know who you think will win that one. And then let's say DK Crazy does go against one of those, Xcal and Shay. Who do you think will win that one? On the other one, the only one we haven't covered, the other quarter, we got Vivid. So Vivid beat The Game 03. I'm disappointed with a name like that. The Game 03. You would expect him. Come on, you got to get through. You got to get at least to the finals with a name like that. The Game. So yeah, he beat him 5-0. Vivid did. Vivid also beat Mr. X. I actually casted that one. Beat him 5-2. Vivid then also beats Fargo. Pretty surprising for some people though. Not, I don't think for everyone, but for some people it's beating Fargo. Fargo considered by many as a top player, or maybe not the very top, but Fargo's like a considerable contender at least. But Vivid, relatively new player. I think he's only 19 years old. Fun fact about Vivid there. Vivid actually beat Fargo 6-5 in some epically close games. Fargo actually got punished for flaming or whatever on the forums. So even if Fargo got to 6, he wouldn't have won. If it had been 6-5 for Fargo, he wouldn't have won. He had to get to 7. That was his punishment. He had to get to 7. Bit weird, a bit of a new rule, but he has to be punished for his his toxicity, if that's what you want to call it. In the bottom we have Google. He beat Mazen 5-1. Then he also beat Owen Cover, which is also Asus, 5-2. But then again, was it Rob? Was it Rob or was it Asus? Beat him 5-2. Then he's beaten Zaz 6-5. That's magnificently close. I didn't tune into that. I didn't watch any of those games because I thought it would be a landslide victory for Google. Google obviously being one of the top players, and Zaz, that's Sonic is his other name, again from the Ukraine/Russian or Eastern European community. I kind of put him on like the same kind of level as SPL, like good but not good enough to compete with the top players. But yeah, 6-5 against Google, nothing to be ashamed about. Really, really decent. And then Google will face off against the Vivid. I'm not sure when that will be, but as soon as these games will happen, I'm going to cast at least a replay so you'll be able to see them on my channel. So yeah, that's the end of the stream, guys. I'm going to wrap this up now. GG's, well played. Cheers to everyone that joined. Remember to like the stream if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see me cast the finals, let me know on the forums and on in the comments, because there's a chance I probably won't be streaming the finals this year because they're trying to, or someone in particular is trying to exclude me and block me out from it, so it might not happen. Anyway, so yeah, GG's, well played to everyone, and I'll see you in the next stream or video. GG's, well played.